To young teenage boy Colby. He was here with his dad. They own a farm just down the road, 2 miles down the road from here. And he said he'd seen the flare from the muzzles of the rifles of the Secret Service people on the roofs around when they'd taken the gunman down. And they had also seen a couple of people put on stretchers and taken away in ambulances as well. So incredibly shocking moments. That was their first rally. That's their first political rally. This teenage boy coming to his first political rally, and he gets this. And his father was shocked. And I have to tell you, this is Trump country in this part of Pennsylvania, Butler County, very firmly Trump country. People told us afterwards they support gun ownership, they support gun rights, but at least 2 or 3 of them said, we've got to think about what do we do about this, about people having guns and doing this.
Gary O'Donoghue, our senior North America correspondent, thank you again for all of your reporting. I just want to bring in some new lines that we're getting here from our sources. Now, AFP, the news agency, reporting that 1 person has been killed, 2 people critically injured in that shooting. We're also hearing from Reuters that the New York Police Department is increasing security at the Trump Tower. That is Donald Trump's main building there in New York City. We're also getting this from Reuters, and this is coming from a statement posted to X, formerly Twitter, by the Secret Service, saying this, that the Secret Service has neutralized the shooter, who is now deceased. A suspected shooter fired multiple shots. That, of course, confirms with what we've been hearing from those eyewitnesses on the ground. Multiple shots towards the stage from an elevated position outside of the rally. U.S. Secret Service quickly responded with protective measures, and the former president is safe and being evaluated. That is coming from the chief of communications for the Secret Service. We are also getting that confirmation there. 1 spectator killed, 2 spectators in critical condition. The incident currently being under investigation by the Secret Service. It is also now formally notified the Federal Bureau of Investigation. Let's go now to Tom Bateman. He's been standing by with us all night, our State Department correspondent. Tom, what's the latest that you're hearing? Obviously, so many reactions coming in from politicians here in the U.S.
Yeah, of course, an absolute flood of shock, of condemnation, of appeals, really, for calm and to state that, there is no place for this kind of violence in the United States. Many politicians from across the political divide saying that there's no place for political violence. We've had sort of in the last 90 minutes or so 3 former presidents themselves putting out statements about this. Barack Obama saying absolutely no place for political violence in our democracy. He said, although we don't yet know exactly what happened, we should all be relieved that former President Trump wasn't seriously hurt. And he appealed, he said, we should use this moment to recommit ourselves to civility and respect in our politics. Former President George W. Bush talking about the cowardly attack on the life of President Trump. He says, we commend the men and women of the Secret Service for their speedy response. Of course, George W. Bush himself, whilst president, targeted by an attacker who tossed a grenade that didn't explode while he was in Tbilisi in Georgia back in 2005. Bill Clinton, also another former president who also during his time in office subjected to violence. That was when somebody shot at the White House in 1994, saying that violence has no place in America, especially in our political process. Hillary and I are thankful that President Trump is safe, saying that they're heartbroken for all those affected by the attack at today's rally in Pennsylvania.
Tom Bateman, thank you so much for bringing us all of those reactions. I want to come now back to the studio. Christine Ruffini's here with us. She's been doing reporting even from the studio.
Thank you.
Just want to talk a bit about the Secret Service response here. We've heard from a former Secret Service agent. We just heard that statement there. What do you make of the way they're going about this now, and what might come next in terms of any kind of investigation? And whether or not, we've heard the word, assassination thrown around, and that's not something we can confirm, but it's going to be kind of an important word to parse, isn't it? Because that takes on just a